Hey, Micro. Hey, Randy. How are you? It's my three rock stars as usual. How's everybody doing this morning? Or this afternoon, actually. Holy shit. Where's the time go? Too much time on my hands. Just taken away. Anybody know that song? By Tommy Shaw, Styx. Paradise Theater. Too much time on my hands? No? Yes? Bueller? If you guys don't answer, I'm going to start singing Come Sail Away, but in Eric Cartman's voice from South Park. Thank you, Pixie. How are you? Hot as heck? Yeah, no shit, dude. We're all like, we're just creeping up in temperature. We're starting at like 101, 104, 107, 108. It's just like, dude, come on, weather person. Stop doing me like that. No, I can't play An American Idiot by Green Day. I can be an American Idiot by Larry Soulcactus, though. Pretty sure that's just an everyday occurrence, though. Superman song, please, with values of his mention. I'm sorry, I do not know that one. Just the two of us? I'd rather eat a bowl of my dog's shit. But, you know, thank you for putting that out there. Hey, Dallas. Hey, Dan. You know what? Let them request it all they want. I'm just going to ignore them. Oh, that's cool, Randy. Yeah, I've seen, I keep seeing a lot of Ozzy tributes on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. I think it's cool, man. Shows you what a huge impact he had on the world of music. I've got the picking hand. I don't know what that means, but okay, thank you. You picked up Blizzard of Oz and Ride the Lightning. Good call. Good fucking call, dude. Yeah, see, even Dallas gives you a thumbs up on that shit. Hollywood. Pass. Thanks, Pixie. Jeffrey. Come on, man. I just want my pink gorilla. I think I can order it online. I looked it up yesterday. I would eventually like to go. I've never been to Seattle. I'd like to go. Corbin. Pass. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, dude. Read this. Read the description of the stream. Read where it says "read more." It's not a request hotline, man. That's not what the streams are about. I'm sorry. It doesn't even say that in the title. It says jams. That means I play jams. You guys ask me questions about music, about guitar gear, if you're struggling with that. So anything dealing with guitars, effects, amps. If you should need advice on songwriting and recording. If you need advice on hooking up with players. If you need advice on getting gigs. This is what the streams are here for. It's not for me to play your tunes. Sorry, I don't mean to burst your bubble. Yeah. It's like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Read it, learn it, know it, live it. Spicoli, you had shirts on when you came in here. Hey, Johnny Black, what's happening? Is Quasar a good stereo brand? I don't know, man. I have RCA and Onkyo, Sony. I don't know, Yamaha. I already put up an Ozzy tribute, a couple Ozzy tribute videos this morning. They're shorts, please go check them out. Hey, Dan. Alternate picking. The best thing to do is, like I've said before, is just get a cheap metronome and just practice your scale patterns with alternate picking. The other thing you could do for alternate picking, it's not nice to point, is take that Peter Gunn thing that uses all four fingers, but it's all down picking when it's played. Which gives it its sound, but alternate the picking. I always found that helped me personally. Are bass guitar and normal electric guitar the same? Do they work differently? They do work differently. They have different registers, frequencies. You can plug a bass into a guitar amplifier, but it may not sound great. On the other hand, you may get it to overdrive and it may sound wonderful. I don't know. But it wouldn't work in reverse. Like if you plugged a guitar into a bass amp, it sounds pretty shitty. Thanks, Pixie. I do remember Marshall Governors. I also remember the Marshall Bluesbreaker pedal that you're talking about. Had a YZ2. That's cool. Oh well, that should be fine, Dallas. It's a pretty good question. How to keep being inspired to pick up the guitar? The honest truth is, you don't. The honest truth is that if you feel like you're not inspired to play, don't play. Put it in its case. Go do something else completely different from music. Go out with some friends. I don't know. Go to the arcade. Go to the comic book shop. Go to dinner. Go meet somebody for coffee. Just do something different that you normally wouldn't do. Or just do something that interests you that's not music. Get your mind off of it. Come back when you're inspired again and pick it up and play. That's what I would say. It's hard to be inspired to play every day for whatever reason. Like, we as human beings just don't work that way. Sometimes we're just like, oh, I don't want to do this today. Guess what? You're doing it. Because, I mean, in America, like, we're on a constant grind. We don't take off the amount of time that other countries do. I mean, we should. Like, I think we'd be way more productive if, like, we had siestas from, like, I don't know, 1 to 3 or 2 to 4, and then went back to work. You know, I also thinking a little bit more than 2 weeks for vacation throughout the year. That's not nearly enough. You're welcome, Dan. No, Dallas, not necessarily. It won't blow it necessarily. You know, but you don't want to go like full cranked either and try that experiment. No, Damian Blue. I'm not a studio musician. I've done a lot of recording. So I've had a lot of experience in mic placement with different amplifiers and working with different effects and different guitars and recording in different environments. So, yeah. But, like, I was the owner and operator of Soulcactus Sound from 2000 to 2007. If you're unsure of what Soulcactus Sound is, go to the Gear Forum page and look up Soulcactus Sound, and you'll see a bunch of people that have talked about me over the years. And you'll see that my reputation is solid. You know, co-designed my own signature amp with Victoria Amp Co. I was featured in ToneQuest Report June of 2004. I've sold tone all over the world. One time I was considered the biggest Victoria and Matchless boutique amp dealer in the country. I know some shit, man. You're welcome, Mohammed. Agreed, Pixie. Thank you, Hollywood. Just trying to catch up here, Dallas. I don't have a proper speaker. All right. You'll get there, bud. Hang in there, Dallas. No, man. I just think it has a level of clarity that I like for me and my frequency that I hear up here. And that's just what I like personally. The name of the amp company that my signature amp was done with was Victoria, not Victorian. Victoria Amp Co. If you go to my my YouTube homepage and go to postings, I posted the article there, and I'll post pictures of the amp, but like just really quick. Here is the control panel, so you guys can see that. That was the layout with my character there. Why would I have these? Because when we were done, these were the ones that were left over. That's why. And since I closed up shop, Victoria didn't have permission to make something with my character, my property on it anymore. Victoria space AMP space CO period. That's the amp. Right there. Soulcactus signature amp. That's what the amp was called. I think in the back he just called it Soulcactus Special, but I always called it Soulcactus signature amp. That's the way it was referred to in the Tone Quest Report article. Because I like the Sword better for my application, for my current state of where I'm at. The Sword amp has actually Soulcactus mods in it, and I got together with the owner of Sword Amps and said, hey, I like the STR tremolo, but can you do these two things for me? And like, just, you know, instead of the 112, put in a Jensen P10R Alnico magnet speaker, and then I don't want it wired up for 6L6. I want it wired up for an EL34 power tube. Do that, because that was the original intent of my design way back in 2000. I said this is what I wanted to Victoria, and they kind of designed something else on paper, because it had to be redesigned by an actual engineer. I'm not an engineer. I just come up with the shit in my brain. Um, and because the thing with me is, um, I've had the experience and had the opportunity of owning and playing a lot of gear. Um, with that price of education comes knowledge. Hopefully, it's beneficial. For me, it was beneficial because I got to co-design my own fucking signature amp. Um, After all this time, and even back 25, 30 years ago, not 30 years, 25 years ago, I knew what I wanted for tonality out of an amplifier to use on my record. The problem was my amp hadn't been invented yet, and I had to use 4 or 5 amps to get everything I needed out of one amp. So after doing that record, I kind of like said, okay, this is what I'm needing. I'm going to open up a shop and I'm going to do this. You know, this is what I need. This is what I want. And so Victoria took it and they changed a few things. And then they came back to me and they're like, you know, what do you think? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, get rid of this, this, and this. Put this, this, and this in it, and then send it to me. Got the prototype for approval. I didn't approve it. I sent it back for alterations. Then it got sent back to me again for final approval. I did approve it. And then it went into production. So, you know, shit doesn't just get made lickety-split. But I had, when the amp was all said and done and finished, it was fantastic because it encompassed the 3 golden eras of Fender in one amplifier, and I thought that was spectacular. I thought that was just awesome, breathtaking. I was really just kind of blown away. And at that time, there wasn't Sword amplifiers. There was Victoria. Sword had not been born yet. But I always, like, in my mind, I didn't want it to be 20 watts. I wanted it to be a 5-watt amplifier or a 10-watt amplifier. So that was one concession I had to make. The other was, it wasn't a single-ended amp. It was Class A with EL84s. That was another concession I made with Victoria. Because I was told that with 6v6s, it was just going to be a hassle with the reverb and the there was something with the reverb and the tremolo circuit. And this was going to be tighter and whatever. And I was just like, just sort of went with it. And there were like, I remember he put in Eminence speakers first, and I was just like, God, these just are fucking terrible. And they were like, what? Or it was, why don't you like them? And I'm like, because they kill all the highs. I'm like, get rid of them and put in the Jensen P10Rs. I'm like, I never want to hear this thing without Jensen P10Rs. So he did it, and then he called me and was just like, hey, I put in the Jensens, you're right. They sound better. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I know they fucking sound better, dude. So that's how I kind of began a reputation of having a golden ear in the business. And my reputation was, if I didn't like it personally, I just wouldn't carry it at the shop. If your message got held for review, it's because you said something naughty. Watch the Sabbath video I posted earlier. Yes, Tom, everybody's heard about Ozzy by now, man. Thanks, Dallas. Dan, I'm sure that I have, but never at a gig. Maybe at a practice. If I did snap it, I might have been in a position to switch guitars fairly quickly, or just have the rest of the band just kind of take over. That's kind of what you do in those kind of situations. It's guys, it's very similar. I'll show it on camera since we're talking about it. All right, just give me a second. Can everybody see that? Now this tone is going to be glassier. It's going to be more compressed. It's going to be a bit more janglier because of the AL84s. Think about like when they talk about like jangly rock, the Rembrandts, I'll be there for you. Think of that from the Friends. Listen to that. Hear that difference there? Hear how jangly that is? Kind of ridiculous. Oh, J Music's here? Hey, how are you, bud? Hey, Dead Front. What's up? Oh, what's the reasoning behind the low wattage? I will tell you. It's so that you can get the amp to open up faster and break up faster. That's the beauty of having a low wattage amp. Hey, Rockman, how you doing? Hey, Tyler, what's happening? N4G, what's happening? Hey, Lucas, how you doing? Lucas Riley, what up? Cool. You hear that? Cool. Great video on your playing, man. On the Instagram. I'm glad you're not on here. You make me look like dog shit. What's the difference between C7 and a major 7? Well, there's your C7. I'm sorry, that's A7. Let's see. Okay, so C minor. There's your C7, the open version of it, right? So there's your major 7. Because there's some. If you do a G7 minor and just take it up a string, you're taking it down. It becomes C minor 7. Major. You can look it up, man. It's the same fingering. It's just a little different sound variation between major, minor, and 7th. Sort of like augmented, diminished. Like, me personally, I don't like to really fuck around with all that shit. I do like that version of the C major 7 in conjunction with a regular 7th. But that's only because I've seen Jimmy Page do it. And I lifted it from him. If I didn't have that influence, I wouldn't have it in my own playing. So, like, I'm using 2 sets of chords to express the same thing, right? Dallas, just look up the chords in a... Dude, hang on a second. I'm going to point out some good resources for you guys. If they still make them, it's questionable. Let's see, where? Here's one. Okay, one is the Guitar Handbook. It's in paperback. You can probably get it at most Barnes & Nobles across America or on Amazon. The other is this book. Okay? Check this out if this is available. I highly recommend this for pretty much everything. In terms of, like, chords, whatever. Scales. Trying to find that other book. And I'm not not sure where I put it. So, but it's called Guitar Handbook. And then that book. Those are both excellent sources, or excellent resources for you to have if you're just doing this on your own. I've taken plenty of lessons from both of those books. No, yes, I do. I have Mr. Piper, I have Mojo. Yay, should have known it. Sorry, dude, that's kind of what he sounds like to me. It's just like to the left of Bob Dylan. And I'm like very over to the right of both of them. That's rude. Yes, they do. I mean, that's what Guitar Center is. They're going to sell you songbooks by, you know, I've bought one or two of those in my youth. Yeah, Lucas Riley, I already said hi to you. Don't ask me again or I'll kick you from the channel. Well, Mr. Piper, I want to be paid. So, I guess we're at a impasse is what they call it, I believe. This is also a different kind of tremolo that's in this amp than in the Sword. Sorry, Dallas. That was my bad. It accidentally went up on me when I meant to get the other dude. Sorry, Dallas. Are you there? Sorry, buddy. It was an accident. I meant to kick those other two. You were surrounded by two douchebags. And when I went to get one, it moved on me, and your name I was just like, shit. So, sorry about that. Hey, Shelly. Anyways, I was just demonstrating. It's quite a different, it's quite a different sound. It's not displeasing to me or anything. It's just not. Sorry. It's just not. what I prefer right now for my tone, ultimately. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. Oh, Dallas, I have no idea. Hey, Ford, how are you? Yeah, Chad, sure. Like I said, it doesn't suck. It's just not the tone that I prefer right now, or what I had originally in mind for my tone, for the Soulcactus sound. Now, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. That's what I wanted for my fucking tone. Savvy? I'm Captain Jack. Not really. Hear the difference? So basically, look, if I need more power and I need a cleaner tone, damn, sorry, Wolvie, I'll go with my signature amp. But if I'm looking for like my own real tone, I'll go with my Swart signature amp, sort of. I remember when Swart amps did the Soulcactus mods to his amp, he called me and he was like, "It's done. Your amp is done." And he's just like, "I have to say, your mods are cool as hell." He's like, "It's a really cool sounding little amp," and it is. Dude, that's the shit. That's the bee's knees right there. Cause I got to have my brown sugar. Okay, any questions? Did you all take notes? Because that was fucking a class in Tone Master. Or mastering tone, however you want to put it. Empire Strike Back, Boba. Actually, I prefer the Boba Fett in season 2 of Mando, where he kicked ass. But if I gotta go with original trilogy, I'll go with the Fett in Empire Strikes Back, because he was more ruthless and deadly. I don't think I have time enough to answer that, Fort, but thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, so guys, if you're new to the channel and you want to support me, the best way to do so is subscribe, obviously. It doesn't cost anything. Other ways you can support me is Badass Brutus Guitar. How are you, my friend? We were just working on a tone workshop of different amplification sounds. Oh, cool. Okay. Very good. Thank you, my friend. I love hearing the new jams. The therapy, totally cool. Really dug the one from yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it, go to Badass Brutus Guitar on YouTube and check out his collaborations with other artists from around the world. Like the guys in the Netherlands. I'm here in the United States in Arizona. Do I need to break out the map and show you how far away that fucking is? Because it's far. Like, it would take, if I was going to visit Bert in real life, it would take me a day to get there, probably. Or half of it. Or almost all of it, come to think of it. Can I sing the Imperial March? Like Peter Griffin from Family Guy, or just normal? Yeah, they're cool, Ford. I've got a few of them posted on my YouTube channel. But the therapy one is a new thing. I've just done the Wata Parcha projects with Bert, with Badass Brutus Guitar. But they're cool. That's cool shit too. So this is why my friends turn to me for tonal advice on whatever their current or future purchases in Guitar Gear. Do I know Guitar Heroes? You mean the video game? What? Yes, for sure, Bert. We are going to do that. For real. How far are you away from Amsterdam? I'm terrible at geography, man. But Amsterdam is on my bucket list. I just want to know how far away are you from that? Or Dallas, you mean like on the open market? Yeah, I sold them in the store. Thank you, Warren Valentine. I appreciate it, bud. How you doing today? Oh, okay. That's awesome. Well, I will tell you that it is definitely on my radar to visit. Like, I want to do a trip of like London, Amsterdam, and Italy. So those are like my next 3 targets when I go to Europe. It'll just depend on what kind of trip I can arrange and when I can arrange it. But I'd like to do it in the next couple of years, Bert. Since I don't have any future obligations pending. You're welcome, Warren. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Like I said, the best way to support me is to subscribe to the channel. That's free. That doesn't cost anything. If you want to, you can go into the Dropbox where it says read more, hit the more. Instagram, Patreon pages, links are there. Instagram is free, of course, to follow me over there. Content's somewhat different because I get to do silly things with the reels. Like put in stupid little cute animations of like Winnie the Pooh or Linus and Sally dancing from the Peanuts to my music, which I always think is adorable. And I'm sure people that follow me over there are like, dude, what the fuck is this guy's deal? Why is he putting like Winnie the Pooh and like a dancing Winnie the Pooh and a dancing Linus and Sally in his videos all the time? Because I think it's adorable. I'm like, why the fuck not? Because I can. Yusef, shalom. I'm good. How are you, man? Anyways, Dallas, I think to answer your question, there are about 120 Soulcactus amplifiers in existence. So if you're looking for one to come up in the secondary markets, check Reverb. They're actually, you know, since I'm not like a huge big name or anything like that, they're actually not a shit ton of money to buy. I think you could probably find one for probably $2K, which is a bargain, to be honest with you. Because the last time I sold them new, I was selling them for like $18.75. And that was back in 2007 when I closed up shop. Roger, read the description of the stream and you will find out exactly what the point of it is. That's how I know you don't belong. You're asking. Thanks, Pixie. Okay, Richard. Thank you. Any other questions concerning my different amps? The other reason I don't play with my signature amp is because I don't need that kind of power. You know, once in a while I like to hear it, but primarily I like to roll with the sword because that's my tone. That's what I wanted originally for that amp, and I didn't get it because there were other cooks in the stew. But with sword, I was able to, you know, say, hey, I really like this amplifier. I owned the original one when it came out back in, I think, 2015 or 2014 or something like 2013, right around there. I think it might have been 2014, 2013. I used it for a little bit in the Stones band when I lived in Virginia. I used an STR tremolo, and I also used a 6V6 SE amp by Sword. It's never let me down in a professional setting or in this setting. And Sword amps are great to deal with. Like I said, if I didn't believe in it, if I didn't like it, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't play it. That's just how I'm wired, and that's how I ran Soulcactus Sound, and that's why if you go to like the Gear Forum page and put in Soulcactus Sound, you'll see Larry Soulcactus, blah, 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 blah. And people say all these nice things about me. Of course, they don't know you like I know you. Wait. Scratch that last part. Tyler, I kind of already played Johnny Be Good, so I'm not going to play it again. And I'm kind of wrapping this up. But thank you for stopping by. Gamer Boys from Turkish, all right. I'm already playing on my dream amps, dude. Like, these are my, like, I'm playing on my signature amps. So, as far as guitars go, I don't have a dream guitar. I like playing on this guitar. Anyways, if you guys want to buy tunes, you can go to the Patreon page. Patreon.com/Larry Soulcactus and buy my tunes, or you can just follow me on the Instagram. That doesn't cost anything to do. Don't be upset if I don't follow you back. I don't hang on Instagram all the time. So anyways, be cool, be good to yourselves, be good to the ones around you, and tonight's stream will be, I think, let's just say 5:30 to 6, somewhere in there. All right, so that's Pacific Standard Time. So Eastern Standard Time, 3 hours ahead. If you're in the middle of the country, 2 hours. All right, be cool. Have a good day.